Hi students, today we discussed about capital market. The capital market comes under the second unit of the 12th commerce. Fourth chapter, we discussed about the introduction of financial markets. Here now we discuss about the fifth chapter, capital market. It is also related to the financial market. Here I first refer a Tirukural for related to this lesson. முதலிலார்க் ஊதியம் இல்லை மதலையாஞ்ச் சார்பிலார் கிள்ளை நிலை. குறள் 449. It means, the definition is, there can be no gain to those who have no capital. Simply we told no gain, no pain. Like here economically or commercially we told it like no gain to those who have no capital. And in like manner there can be no permanence to those who are without the support of adherents. First I given a synopsis of this chapter. Here we discussed about what is the meaning and definition of the capital market, then characteristics of capital market, then kinds of capital market, functions and importance of capital market, Indian capital market and evaluation and growth, new financial institutions. These are the things I discussed in this chapter. First we seen an introduction about the capital market. The term capital market refers to the facilities and institutional arrangements through which long-term funds, both debt and equity, are raised and invested. Means it is a market for arrangements which long-term funds for both the debt market or equity market are raised by and invested. It consists of a series of channels through which savings of the community are made available for industrial and commercial enterprises and for the public in general. The capital market directs the savings into the most productive use, leading to the growth and development of the economy. The capital market consists of developmental banks, commercial banks and stock exchanges. An ideal capital market is one where finance is available at a reasonable cost. Next we see about meaning and definition of the capital market. Now we see about the meaning of capital market. Capital market is a market where buyers and sellers engage in trade of financial securities like bonds and stocks. It is the meaning of capital market. Generally we discussed about market means it is a place of buyers and sellers engage in a place. It is a general meaning of market. Here we discussed about capital market. Capital market means capital is sold in the market. Sold means it is not directly sold, it is mean engaging in different ways in the financial markets like financial securities or bonds or stocks, etc. The buying and selling is undertaken by participants such as individuals and institutions. Capital market forms an important core of a country's financial system. Next we see about the definition of the capital market. Here is a definition for the capital market is given: a market for borrowing and lending of long-term capital funds required by business enterprises. The keyword is the long-term capital funds. In capital market is a long-term process, but money market is a short-term process. This is the difference between capital market and money market. It is a basic difference. Next we see an author's definition for the money market. According to Arun K. Datta, says capital market may be defined as a complex of institutions, investment and practices with established links between the demand for and supply of different types of capital gains. This is the definition of capital market given by Arun K. Datta. Next we seen about characteristics of capital market. Characteristics of capital market. There are many characteristics in the capital market. Following are the nature or characteristics of a capital market. First characteristic is securities market. It means capital market acts as a securities market. It is a market for all the securities. The dealings in a capital market are done through the securities like shares, debentures, etc. The capital market is thus called securities market. It means the capital market it is act as a security for all the markets. Next characteristic is price. The second characteristic of the capital market is price. The price of the securities is determined based on the demand and supply prevailing in the capital market for securities. Here told about price. Price means every product need a price to buy or so selling the product. Like that, capital market also have the characteristics of price. Here price determination is handled by based on the demand and supply in the prevailing capital market securities. Next, participants. Every institution have some participants. Like that, capital market also have participants. In this capital market, many players are participated. The participants of the capital market included individuals. Individual means separate persons, corporate sectors, government banks and other financial institutions. These are the main participants of the capital market. Next, location. Location is very important for the capital market. Capital market is not confined to certain specific locations, although it is true that parts of that market are concentrated in certain well-known centers known as stock exchanges. It has its impact in the overall economy, wherever the suppliers and users of capital get together and do business. Next, market for financial assets. Then finally, capital market is market for financial asset. It means capital market act as a market for all the financial assets. Capital market provides a transaction platform for long-term financial assets. The capital market contributing mainly for the long-term financial activities and long-term financial process only. It is called these are the characteristics of the capital market. Next, we discussed about the different kinds of capital market. Different kinds mean different types. Types of the capital market are different kinds of the capital market. The capital market is divided into two, that is primary market and secondary market, as shown in the following chart. In the last chapter also we discussed about primary market and secondary market. Here but now discussed about the under the capital market. One is primary market, another one is secondary market. First one is primary market. Primary market is a market for new issues or new financial claims. Primary market means it is a new one, fresh one. It is primarily operated. That's why it's called primary market. It is a new issues or a new financial claims. Hence, it is also called new issue market. Shortly we called NIM. Primary market, another name is called new issue market. The primary market deals with those securities which are issued to the public for the first time. In primary market, borrowers exchange the new financial securities very easily for the long-term funds. So, the primary market facilitate and very useful to create the capital formations. There are three ways by which a company may raise capital in a primary market. They are public issue, rights issue, private placement. First, we discussed about public issue. Public issue means the most common method of raising capital by new companies through sale of securities to the public. It is called public issue. Public issue means it is a common method for all the capital markets for the new companies. It sells throughout the securities to the public. So, it is called as public issues. They issued the shares or bonds, securities to the public. Public means common peoples. So it is called a public issue. They issue the shares to the common people. The next one is rights issue. Rights issue means when an existing company wants to raise additional capital, securities are first offered to the existing shareholders on a preemptive basis. It is called a rights issue. Previous one is public issue. It is rights. Rights means everybody have some basic rights like that. Here capital market also issued by on the basis of rights. Here existing company wants to raise the additional capital. The company already exists in the market. If the company want to raise the additional fund or additional capital means they want the securities, then he get the capital from the market. Then private placement. Private placement is a way of selling securities privately to a small group of investors. Private means different from the government sector. So it is selling the security privately to a small group of investors. The only few investors are only in this group. So it is called private placement. The next one is secondary market. Secondary market may be defined as the market for old securities in the sense that securities which are previously issued in the primary market are traded here. Here seen about the meaning of secondary market. It tells about the market for old securities. Old securities means it already existing in the market. That is the meaning of old securities. In the sense, the securities which are previously issued in the primary market. It means securities already issued in the primary market. That is also traded in the market. So it is called secondary market. The trading takes place between investors who follow the original issue in the primary market. It covers both stocks exchange and over-the-counter market. Next, we discussed about the functions and importance of the capital market. Capital market has a crucial significance to capital formation. For a speedy economic development, adequate capital formation is necessary. The significance of capital market in economic development is explained below. So it means the capital is very crucial role in the capital formation. The capital market is have a crucial role in the capital formation in the country. The capital formation is very necessary for a development of the country and also development of the economy also. Savings and capital formation. Capital market, various types of securities help to mobilize savings from various sectors of population. Population means individuals, corporate, governments, etc. The twin features of reasonable return and liquidity in stock exchange are definite incentives to the people to invest in securities. This accelerates the capital formation in the country. This is the main function of the capital market, savings and capital formation. The capital market helps to savings, and also with the help of the savings, the capital is formulated in the market and the country. The next one is permanent capital. The existence of a capital market or stock exchange enables companies to raise permanent capital. The investors cannot commit their funds for a permanent period, but companies require funds permanently. Here they told about the permanent capital. In capital market, the companies raise permanent capital. The investors cannot commit their funds for a permanent period. It is the main thing. The stock exchange resolves this dash of interest by offering an opportunity to investors to buy or sell their securities, while permanent capital with the company remains unaffected. The company is unaffected one. Then industrial growth. Every country or every nation need a industrial growth. The stock exchange is a central market through which resources are transferred to the industrial sector of the economy. The existence of such an institution encourages people to invest in productive channels. Thus, It stimulates industrial growth and economic development of the country by mobilizing funds for investment in the corporate securities. Next one is ready and continuous market. Ready and continuous market is also the functions of capital market. The stock exchange provides a central convenient place where buyers and sellers can easily purchase and sell securities. The ready and continuous market. The stock exchange provides a central convenient place where buyers and sellers can easily purchase and sell the securities. Easy marketability makes investment in securities more liquid as compared to other assets. This is the function of capital market as ready, and it acts as a ready one and also a continuous market for the capitals. Next, reliable guide to performance. Capital market act as a reliable one and guided to the performance of the country. The capital market serves as a reliable guide to the performance and financial position of the corporate and thereby promotes efficiency also. Next, proper channelization funds. Proper channelization of funds. Funds is available is main thing, but the channelization of proper channelization of funds also very important thing. So the capital market act as a proper channel to provide the funds properly. The prevailing market price of a security and relative yield are the guiding factors for the people to channelize their funds in a particular company. This ensures effective utilization of funds in the public interest. Then, provision of variety of services. Provision of variety of services. The financial institutions functioning in the capital market provide a variety of services such as grant of long-term and medium-term loans to entrepreneurs, provision of underwriting facilities, assistance in promotion of companies, participation in equity capital, giving expert advice, etc. Then development of backward areas. Development of the backward areas. Capital markets provides funds for projects in backward areas. So the backward areas, with the help of capital market funds, it also the area is backward area is developed. This facilitates economic development of backward areas. Long-term funds are also provided for development projects in backward and rural areas also. In this capital market, the funds provided in the backward areas and also rural areas also. Then foreign capital. Capital markets makes possible to generate foreign capital. Capital market helps to generate the foreign capital. Indian firms are able to generate capital funds from overseas markets by way of bonds and other securities. Government has liberalized foreign direct investment, that is FDI, in the country. This not only brings in foreign capital but also foreign technology, which is important for economic development of the country. Then finally, easy liquidity. Easy liquidity. With the help of secondary market, investors can sell off their holdings and convert them into liquid cash. Liquid cash means it means use it as very immediately. It is called liquid. Commercial banks also allow investors to withdraw their deposits as and when they are in need of funds. Okay, students, till now we have discussed about the capital market. In this chapter, we discussed about the meaning of capital market. What is the meaning of capital market? We explained about what is market and also what is capital market. Market means generally buying and selling activities happen in a place called market. Capital market means the capital is formation in one place and through it spread in all the other areas and other development areas. Then we seen about the characteristics of capital market and also the definition of the capital market also has been discussed. Then characteristics of capital market. In characteristics of capital market, we seen about their characters. Securities market, it means capital market act as a security market, and how the price is determined under the capital market. Then who are involved in the capital market, it means who are participated in the capital market, like individuals or corporates or governments, banks or any other financial institutions. Then who are the participants engaged in the capital market has been discussed. Then location, how the location is important for the capital market is also discussed. It is very important for a capital market, we discussed about it. Then market for financial assets, we also discussed about the market for financial assets. Then what are the types of capital market in the country? One is primary market and another one is secondary market. Primary means it's a new one, secondary means it is a sold in an existing institution. In primary market, here companies sell stocks to the public for the first time. It is called primary market. This is done through a process known as initial public offering, IPO, initial public offering. Then secondary market, here investors and traders buy and sell stocks to each other. Investors and traders buy and sell stocks to each other. The company does not participate in these transactions. Then we see many financial crimes comes under the primary markets, and different 3 ways comes under the primary market also. One is public issue, then rights issue, then private placement. We also seen the 3 different ways in the primary market. Then secondary market. Secondary market means it's a market for the old security. It means the securities which are previously issued in the primary market are traded. Then functions and importance of the capital market. What are the functions and the importance of capital market also discussed. Under the functions and importance, we discussed about savings and capital formation, how the savings and the capital formation is important for a capital market and how it's functioned in the capital market discussed. Then permanent capital, the existence of a capital market or stock exchange enables companies to raise the permanent capital. Then industrial growth, then we discussed about the characteristics of the capital market, functions of the capital market. One is industrial growth. Then ready to continuous market, the capital market is a working as a ready one and also a continuous one. Then reliable guide to performance, then capital market also functions as a reliable one and reliable guide to the performance of the institution. Then proper channelization of funds, proper channelization of funds also discuss how the funds are properly allocated in the capital market in a proper ways. Then provision of variety of services, there is lot of services is available in the capital market. There here provision of variety of services discussed. Then development of backward areas, then the capital market helps to development of the backward areas or rural areas. The capital market provides funds or any projects, special projects to the backward areas created in the backward areas, means with the help of the capital market the backward areas also developed. So the economic development of the backward areas or rural areas also developed. Then foreign capital, how to earn foreign capital in the countries also is discussed in the functions of the capital market. Then lastly, easy liquidity. Capital market acts as a very easy liquidity form. With the help of secondary market, investors can sell their holdings and convert them into liquid cash. How to convert the sources into a liquid one, it is called easy liquidity. These are the things are discussed under the chapters in this session. In the next session, we will discuss about the Indian capital market and how the Indian capital market evaluated and how the Indian capital market's growth only developed, also discussed in the different periods of time, also discussed in the coming sessions. Okay students, today we discussed about the capital markets functions and different types of capital markets also discussed. In the coming session, we will discuss about Indian capital market. Thank you.